Okay, dears, today we are going to talk about the most important aspects in English language. So, here today we will be talking about the other name of language. And you might have think about that what could be the other name of language. Language is a language, there is no other word, but we can use another word for language, that is philology. Now, the definition, look at the definition here. Philology is the study of languages from historical sources. So, what is meant by philology? Philology is a kind of study. It talks about the languages from the point of view of historical sources. So, here, philologists derive various aspect, keep in mind that various aspect from history regarding language. So there is a relationship of history with language. We have some other terms in language also from the point of historical study. Now, term used historical linguistics before 21st century. So written material for language is mandatory. Now keep in mind this thing, that written material for languages is mandatory and full of information. That is all full of information. It develops also orthography, written process, information about borrowed words, for example, like that. You might have heard that this language derives from that language, and this language has adopted this from various sources and from various things. So one language is taking other things from other languages. So definitely for every language, when it moves on to its authenticity, it always talks about the written material for languages, which is also mandatory. Now, Bloomfield is one of the strong linguist and educationist, was against of this idea because of the superstitious belief included in it. For example, superstitious belief means people were believing in history. If we look back to the history, people were used to have monsters and big animals and some other things. They believe on superstitious beliefs. For example, like I have my winking eye today. My eye is just winking itself, so I think that something, if my right eye has this winking structure, so definitely I'll have some good things coming. People used to have this idea. And if my left eye is blinking, so this means that something bad is coming to me. So this is a kind of superstitious belief that something bad will happen. So Bloomfield was against of philology, philologists, they were against of it, that they were having the beliefs that is from history, and history is always based on superstitious. So, but the word philology came into being with the term contrasting with linguistics after Saussure. De Saussure is one of the very famous linguists. He has contributed a lot in English linguistics. So he has a kind of discussion after the Bloomfield criticism on philology. So let's move on to writing system. I already mentioned that for languages, every language of the world, it needs to be some kind of written material. If the language is not written, existing in written, so it has no record, how can people have the record of that language? So written things or writing system is very important for language. Now writing system has symbolic system to represent elements or statements in a language. Now what is writing system? Writing system is very symbolic and it creates a kind of symbols. For example, if we talk about some agreement or MOUs, it is also in written. And written is a kind of proof to represent elements and statements in a language, a kind of proof. Now, writing system require characters individually. For example, we can take a very good example of Chinese, which has Fenians and which has writing symbols. And same is the case with the phonetics also. If we study the individual sound of in within English language, so it also requires some symbols. Now, the writing system in need characters plus scripts. Scripts means collectively, like things should be written for the writing system. There must be some kind of format. There must be some kind of a way. Orthography means set of rules and conventions in writing system, in or for the writing system. Now, physical representing the symbol. For example, if you talk about the characters, you can moving on. You are moving on the road and the landscaping area. You see some student which are holding their bags. So this means for the drivers that there is a school ahead and you should slow down your speed. And it can also be discussed in English language further. In further lectures we will be talking about the semiotics. Semiotics is the study of signs, signs, signs. And it also talk about the index, and it also talk about the icon. So many other things we will be studying in the upcoming classes. So that character needs some kind of script, that how it should be represented, but that would be collectively, while the character should be studied separately. And of course it is true. For example, we have this symbol in phonetics, and again o in this, and then I, a for front walls. So definitely we can have diphthongs like this. You see, e, we can make it a bit long. So we are studying individually the study of single sound, which is called phonetics. Same is the case with writing. In writing, every character will be discussing individually, and then script. Script means that how those individual sounds come together to form a kind of written script. So then it would be collected. After that collection, there are certain rules and conventions. Convention means methods, ways, and many other things in writing system. When you came across the characters individually and then the scripts collectively and then orthography, the setup rule should be applied in writing system. So it needs a kind of representing symbols, that people should know that this symbol means this, like in the shorthand. So this is all about the writing system. Let's move on to another discussion in writing. This lecture is very important. It is based on writing, and the information I have collected for you people is very authentic and very strong. So here you can see in writing we have text, after the text grapheme, and then allographs. So what is text? Text is the individual product of writing, always original, genuine. That should be genuine, that shouldn't be the copy. The text should not be the copy of something. The text has the property that it will have some authenticity, it will have some originality and some genuineness. So text is the individual product of writing of someone. So grapheme, it is the atomic units of writing system. This is same as phoneme in speech. Like we are having the study of phoneme in phonetics and phonology, and then morphology, the smallest unit. So this is the smallest unit of writing system. Grapheme is the smallest unit of writing system, while phoneme is some other thing. Now allographs and allophones, and then phones we are studying in phonology and phonetics. But here allographs are variants of grapheme. Means we have various type of phoneme, and then the various type of phoneme is called allophones. So where here we have the allographs. Allographs is the variation of grapheme. For example, various type of smallest unit in writing system is grapheme. So we have various type of units in writing system, and it is called allograph. So I hope you got this idea. It is similar to allophones that I already mentioned. Thank you very much for listening. Share this video with your other friends to get the information, and also comment in the comment box. For more information, you can subscribe my channel to get the new videos on various topic that is very mandatory and important. Thank you very much.